Hello. Welcome to stream. It is time for more of the this. The this. The that. The this. So, quick update on attempts. Well, I said I was probably going to be able to stream less because I was studying, but if I'm being honest, my study materials did not really come in. Musically is still kind of busy regardless, just kind of getting back into the swing of doing work and doing other shit. But, I have been doing attempts. I did, you know, again, like, I had time to play for, like, a little bit most days. Not like dedicate any super long sessions, but I had been playing, and then yesterday I had a bit of a longer session, which had to run get to stage 5, and then it completely choked on stage 5. Got stage 5, and I was like, wow, it's incredible, and then, yeah, and then none of the stage 5 strats I went for worked out, so, this is what it is. I need to practice stage 5 more, but it was kind of late at that point, and I was done playing the game. Hello, Alice. I was gonna ask how you're doing, but I mean, I think we I feel like you made yourself fairly clear. Oh, crap. God, Alice really does bring a type of energy, doesn't she? It's like the second we started, it's all caps. Well, is it Goonie that you like, or is it specifically Aya Shimemoru? Because I feel like there's a slight distinction there. Lost Word just made the right decision. What did they make? Did they make yet another milfed up character design? Did they make yet again a milf? Alright, hold on. What is this? What did they do? Oh, they made... Oh, that's kind of adorable. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, hold on. What? So that's medicine... Well, yeah, no, like, all 3 out of 4 of these are, like, characters you like. Goddamn, that's hilarious. So we have... Okay. So we have, like, Tay Luna, which is hilarious, and also correct. Yeah, it's literally just Tay Luna. Oh, I guess it's Lily, but she's supposed to... Or, sorry, it's Chirno, but she's supposed to look like Letty, I guess? I don't know, that shit kind of looks weird. Like, something about her face. I don't know if it's, like, how angular it is, like, or how angular her eyes are. Belly sexy Alice. Wait, Alice is here? Oh, this is Alice. Oh, I thought this was medicine for a second because of the hair. No, that is Alice. I like how the dolls are dressed up. That's very adorable. I like this one with the glasses. She's like, I can't see. And then we got Narumi. I wish she was still wearing her silly hat. Although this hat is like pretty close in silliness. It's pretty close in... Yeah. It's pretty close. The fuck is this? But you may or may not start being more of a stereotypical trans femme, make transsexual synth music. Hey, that'd be sick though. There's belly sexy Alice, belly sexy Narumi. I forgot that's a term, if I'm being honest. Milfno and bunny suit star. It's taste. That's not a bunny suit. That's just Tay. That's just Tay. Well, let's be realistic here. But Tay and Star do kind of fall into that same category of like troublemaker. So honestly, that's a really cute combination. my head, I'm like, man, well, I don't know how tall I imagine Narumi. I was like, she's supposed to be based after kind of a small statue, so I imagine her to be on the smaller side. But she could be taller than I think she is. It's like the most amount of waves anyone's ever had to do on Michael, but hey, it worked. Wait, what do you mean you're here? That Alice already got fan art. It's her kissing with medicine. Well, it's impressive that they already drew fan. Isn't that just Alice in a swimsuit though? I feel like, I guess maybe they designed it after the swimsuit. Oh, you're in Lost Word? On COD? On COD? And also for Eel. I've never heard of for Eel. That one's so cute. Okay, yeah, it's the rainbow bikini. I see. To be fair, what is it? It's a very good swimsuit design. It looks very cool. They are too coward to put her Playboy bunny suit. I would prefer not that. Can I say that? Just, you know, make the most transcoded synth music, break and speed core. I don't know these cores. Am I a coward for that? I guess I'm a coward. You know, I had to accept it one of these days. I can't accept fairy core. I don't know cores. I don't know. I know Discord. And I know, but like I don't know any other kind of chord. Well, I know like an electric chord. Alright, it's not chord, it's core. Can you core an apple? Is apple core? Does that count as a music genre? I don't know. I feel like these genres have gotten too out of hand. And now I'm turning into an old man yelling at a cloud. It's always been my dream to be an old man yelling at cloud. You know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to have this happen. Now today's the day. Alright, she's at a good health range. 3, 2, 1, 0. Also, you guys saw that Bubsy 4D is apparently a game now? This is unrelated to anything, but this is just something I found out like literally last night. Bubsy 4D is a game, and it was made by like developers who actually make like really fun 3D platformers. So from what I heard, the game is actually very fun to play. Narumi Yatadera Core. I feel like we're going too far into the realm of cores. You're gonna make maid core because Sakuya. Okay. Well, you could make maid core. You could make Meimaru core for Aya Shimeimaru. Think about it. Kane Kami Shirasawa Kier. What? Seer? Kier? The game released full, right? Because there was a demo some months ago. I did not know anything about the game months ago, but yeah, no. The full game is out, I think. I'm fairly certain. I watched like a review that Antude posted today, and I was like, oh, shit. Oh, well, I mean, he posted it like yesterday, I think. But I finished it today. What you not like about Meimaru Core? What's wrong with it? Is there something that offends? What core is this? Is this Zunkar? What core is this song, chat? I need to know. I need to catch up on my core lingo. I don't know enough. I don't know enough about core. I don't go to the gym enough. I don't work my core. It's not me. It's never been me. It's toe core made by a hoe. Oh, I see, I see. That makes sense. That makes complete sense. Okay, I'm starting to understand now. I'm starting to see the lines. Oh no, you love it? Nice. Oh, when God Girl is Sinai's theme, right? Oh, that'd be so sick. I feel like metal covers of Touhou themes are always really cool. Because I think I have heard some before, and I've never heard them. I'm like, God, this shit's good. This shit's good. I hope it is an indie slot, but isn't an FPS, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, no, again, like, it... Well, so from what he said in his review, the game's, like, it's like $20, and the game's, like, fairly short. Like, he beat it in about, like, 3 hours. But then he was like, yeah, the movement's actually, like, really fucking fun. There's, like, a lot of things you can do. Like, you can go fucking fast in that game. It's honestly just kind of, I guess, like, from what I can tell, if you want to make a direct comparison, it's kind of like a knockoff Sonic now. Except it's, like, I don't know. I didn't see enough about the game, but, like, it's definitely Sonic coded in some ways. But it's got, like, also, like, really crazy platforming that can mix it up, too. You're not really going to be doing loop-de-loops or anything. It's more so, like, climbing up terrain and then jumping between, like, moving platforms or sinking platforms and shit. Like, the movement looked genuinely fun. The movement looked fun. Oh, wait, really? Wind God Girl is eyes? I guess, yeah, I guess because Pure is Wind God. Time to farm for cubes in Lost Word. You're gonna be farming a lot of cubes. You got 4 whole characters. Who's at the top of your list? Is it Alice? Or yeah, is it Alice? Is Alice at the top of your like list of just I need this character? Yes. You know, I think it is interesting though, because I think of the term God Girl, and I just think Sinai. Because Sinai technically is a god. Or not technically, I think she just is. She was human, is now God. Why did I go for that dodge? That was very bad. Hold on, I'm gonna... Okay. I want to try locking real quick. I did the opposite of that. I died completely... Okay, cool. Okay, well, good recognition on the rest of that. Good recognition... good recognition for the second part of that. I just wish I had done that for the first half. That's fine. We'll take this run as far as it can go. I don't have high hopes for this run now, but that is okay. I in fact do not have high hopes for the living. If I could just gain a little more power, then Frozen Peace would become just slightly easier. Not much. Trust me, it's definitely not much. But I would struggle with this a little less. I backed into that bullet. I backed into it. It was pretty hot, actually. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about this morning. I'm out of it. I'm out of it. Don't worry about me. Don't you worry about me. I hope the movement is fun. It's not just putting a lot of shit in mechanics and momentum physics. to mislead normies into thinking they are good movement mechanics. I don't know. It, like, literally, I saw the way he was moving, and I was like, yeah, that genuinely looks fun to try to, like, play around with. It looks like a lot of, like, cheese potential is what the movement looked like, which I love cheese potential. You made mecha art? You may absolutely shares. You may 100%. 200%. 300%. Which all equals back to 100%, because it doesn't really get much higher than that. But, you may. Yume no Suzuki. Yeah, my reading was not very good there. I chose a safe spot in the moment, but that didn't really set up well for the next pattern. Nice. Okay, I shall look at it after this fight. I'm gonna fight. And I'm gonna look. I cannot look at the screen during this fight, actually. I have my eyes currently closed. Doing this entire fight with my eyes closed. But you wouldn't, you know, you're just gonna have to believe me on that, you know. I wish I could have a face cam going on, but it's just not possible. It's just what's going on in my hands is just so cool and interesting. You just gotta, you gotta look at it, you know. But for real, bro, trust. On cap, no cap. Why does my game lag? I could feel the lag through my bones. Shit, I shouldn't have looked over a chat. No. I mean, I shouldn't have gauged chat in my senses or whatever. I don't know. It's like, oh, foolish me. How could I have done such a thing? Yeah, stage 3 is the real pace setter for this run. I could just reset right now, but if I'm being honest, I kind of just want to take the practice. I want to take the practice right now. No reason not to take the practice. Oh yeah, something sad that happened recently. So, what is it? Because the files I use for THPrac are intrinsically linked to the files I use for Steam, right? Or like for the Steam version of Touhou 18. And at one point, the Steam version of Touhou 18 was saying like, oh hey, we noticed that your files in the cloud are disconnected, or the files that you have right now are disconnected from your Steam cloud files. You should fix that. And I was like, okay. And I didn't want to replace like the Steam cloud files with the Yomu, or with the Yomu sprite. So I was like, oh, I'll like choose the old one. From what I learned though, that actually didn't mean anything. Literally all it would have affected was spell capture rates. That's all it cared about at the end of the day. The Reimu sprites remain the same and my Yomu sprites remain the same, but then I lost my capture rates. So my 2 caps I have on fucking Misumaru Spell 1 are gone. Does it say I'll draw your hands pregnant, ref? I don't believe so. I don't believe... TH crap is very away from game files. Good to know. That is good to know. Oh, that's so clean though. Oh shit. Oh, that's super clean. Look at that. I love that shading. Look at this shit. Mecha girls against fascism. I love, that's so good looking. Look. I love how I click off. The first time I see is this guy again. I don't remember who he is. Oh, you also uploaded something? Okay, well, we're gonna look at that after the run. Yeah, of course. No, thank you for sharing it. It's really cool. It's very cool. We're gonna space out our art looking up escapades. Ah, shit. I was starting it as if I was starting stage 3. Well, I probably wasn't living this anyway. It's fine. Come at me! Why was there just the one sideways rice at the bottom of the screen? Listen, we'll get a little bit of stage 4 practice. It's probably not making it to good old Miss Meru, but that's okay. But that's fine. Don't worry about it. Also, I was playing I'm playing Celia's stupid ROM hack with Dad now. I love how, like, because, like, I beat that, like, I think this week, actually. And then me and Dad are still trying to look for a game to play, and I was like, well, I did beat this recently. I think this would be fun to show off. And it's like, there's a part of me that's like, oh man, I don't know how it's gonna, like, you know, it's like, what if I, like, forget stuff? And I probably will end up forgetting some stuff later down the line. But there's a lot of early game puzzle solutions where I'm like, oh yeah, no, I remember this very clearly. Even ones I didn't necessarily solve on my own, I'm still like, oh yeah, I remember this shit. Alright, we're just gonna... We'll let the insanity play out as we pull up twitter.com. I don't want to use this Twitter Premium. Aww. You're trying another way of drawing. Yeah, it's a lot more like rough sketchy than your normal ones, but it is very cute still. It's still very cute. Look at them. Yeah, again, you can see like this up here. Oh, like this down here. I like it though. It's still very good. Oh, is it another one you did? Let me see. I don't know who the fuck this is. But apparently that was reposted by you. I have managed to unfollow Spotify, so now whenever I go to my following page, it's literally just all either like Crown reposted or just Crown. Also, this is no, this is little doll wonder art. That's cool. That's adorable. Where is Crown? I'm seeing all of Crown's reposts. Where's Crown post? Wish you played Blue Archive because the character's way too cute. You're stuck with Azure lame. Say, listen, there's only... Aww. Her legs are very long, although I think that's just how she is. Her face is adorable. Oh, look at that. Wait, that's so adorable, too. I love the little face on her fucking... Oh, wait, you see that? Yeah, and then you got... Again, just drawing this dress just looks like it's, like, such a pain. There's so much going on here. There's so much. is a parody account. I have no idea who it's a parody account of, but this is a parody account, apparently. Very, very cute art. Very, very good arts today. Oh yeah, I forgot. We're still in we're still in pause purgatory. You know. Oh yeah, that was it. Did the Sunny, or was it not try to think, the fucking Medicine Melancholy convention happen? I know I asked this before, and then you gave me a date, and I was like, I don't remember what that date was now. I don't remember anymore. Oh, it's just straight up tomorrow. Oh, that's it. Best thing about Twitter auto-translate is that you can disable it. But why would I disable it? How am I gonna know what funny things the people are saying in the interwebs of the online? Also, if I'm being honest, I was not really paying attention to what any other post said, so I don't know if there was an auto-translated post that said something bad. I was looking at art. Was there something that shouldn't have been on screen? All of them were auto-translated. Like all the posts that you retweeted? There wasn't anything bad on screen, was there? Or is it just that, like, the auto-translations were just bad? Like, they just didn't make much sense. Is that a mega manga convention in Germany and you found free Touhou cosplayers? Oh, nice. You go up and talk to them? I guess maybe not, but... Well, because, like, I'm trying to think of, it's like, what do you even say in that instance? Because, like, clearly you both like the same series, but it's also, like... if you... But also, like, you don't want to sound like the fucking... What was it? That one kid, from Gensokyo Odyssey, where it's just, like, bros walking around the Marisa cosplay, and then some kid on the street is just like, are you Marisa Kurisame from Touhou Project? He's like, they figured me out. Oh, nice. That's awesome. You're quite literally that kid. What do you mean? That's me. When I'm on the streets, absolutely me. Only the porn your mind didn't process because it traumatized you that bad. Wait, I got traumatized? What happened? Or one said a fan account. Or one said a parody account. Was the parody account like a parody account of like a porn site? I read parody, but I didn't know what it was a parody of. It was a joke. Gotcha. I don't fully understand. I'm definitely not understanding context here, but that's fine. Sometimes you don't need to understand context. What they think about the Aya guitar, though? They say it was cool. It is funny, was it, because I've shown, you know, I've shown some of my family members Touhou, and, like, was it, one of my sisters like wanted to go to like a convention, try cosplaying one time, and she was like, "Oh, we should try." Because I showed her like Hiso Tensoku, and she was like, "Oh yeah, we should try like cosplaying as like characters from Soku or whatever." Like, I had Emma play Soku one time, and she was like, and I was like, "Pick your favorite character," and she picked Suiko, and she was like, "Yeah, we could do. I could dress up as Suiko, and you could dress up as Remilia." I was like, "That sounds interesting." It never ended up happening, but if it did, that would have been really funny, to be honest. I would not have mind dressing up as Remilia for like an afternoon. I don't really know how to make cosplay aesthetic stuff. Shit. Kero in Ojo-sama, yeah. I do think it's funny that the characters you gravitated towards was the one character that had like the most awkward to control movement. But I don't think that's why she picked her. I think she just saw like Funny Frog Girl and she was like, yeah, no, that one. Well, because I remember another time too, she saw Futo and she was like, oh, this looks like a cool character. This girl running around throwing plates and shit. Actually, yeah, those are two very lollified characters, huh? If you told me though when I first saw Remilia that she was gonna be lollified, I would not have believed you. I would not have believed you. I thought Remilia was so intimidating when I first saw her in Touhou 6. I thought she was so intimidating, man. And then I found out more about her, and I was like, oh. They really liked it. They also told me you were clinically insane because every true Aya fan is, and honestly, someone with a shit ton of mental illnesses. It's true. Just like, if you like Aya, there's something wrong. Well... What does it mean then that Zun married Aya, or an Aya cosplayer? Does that mean he's insane or she's insane? Or both? What does that mean? What is that? Hold on, what does that mean? There's someone in that relationship that's got something wrong with them. You always have to remember that whenever we call Aya fans crazy or clinically insane. I mean, Zun's put Aya into enough works to where I think it's safe to say he's a fan. He really he's definitely like he's had Aya bias for a long time. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just he has had it. Azure Lane is trending again, apparently. Interesting. Did it get like an update or something? Or is it just like people are suddenly just like, oh yeah, this game. I forgot about this. I'll play it again. Zun is just living the dream. That's all that means. True. They added a live 2D skin with the funniest tit physics of all time. What does that mean? A live 2D skin. I don't know what live 2D means. But like, how do you... Well, no, I know how you make tit... I think I know how you make tit physics funny. You just... The more movement, the funnier. Or the more unrealistic movements, the funnier. Because then people look at it and they go, what the fuck is this? They're like, hold on. What? Hello, no, Becca. How you doing? You can't just say that and not show it. It's impossible. You're physically not able to say a thing, to talk about funny tit physics, and then not show off said funny tit physics. It's simply... This is just one of the rules of the universe, actually. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be a little distracted today. That's fine. Listen. A session of 18 always has the chance to go bad. That's the one thing you have to understand when you load up into a session of 18. I'll try my best to make it good. But we'll see. Okay, well, that's a good start. You probably can't show it on stream. Okay, well. Wait, isn't Azure Lane supposed to be like a mainline game, though? Why is it so bad that I can't show it on stream? I thought Azure Lane's supposed to be like mainstream. I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. They're just like, fuck it. This is the one route that will work. Or imagine you're like streaming Azure Lane and then suddenly it's just like, you've been banned. Yeah, I messed up right at the end. Whoops. It's like your entire channel has been deleted. Azure Lane grazes the limits. Interesting. I couldn't agree more, my goat. How you doing, by the way, Crown? What, also, as to what Live 2D is, think VTubers of 2D models. So it's like... Okay. So it's like, it's 2D, but it's animated like it's 3D? I know there's like... When I think, VTuber more of a 2D model, I just think a PNG tuber. Where it's literally just a PNG that, like, changes to a different frame whenever the person talks. I'll forever remember an Azure Lane skin where a girl in a bikini rubs a pool ladder. Not a pool ladder. What the fuck does that mean? It's gotta be the most awkward thing you could rub ever. They definitely made it that way on purpose. So, okay, definitely a grazing the limits type game. Definitely, like, leaning more into the horny aspects, and they're just like, you just got a board of directors being like, how much do you think we can get away with? How much? Before we get our game fucking removed from the servers. Ah, damn it. I should have gone left there, not right. I wanted to make... She went right, so I wanted to try following her a little bit, but nah. The smarter decision would have been to go left in that instance. Also, what was it? This is a targeted at Nobeka question, but, what was it? Shenpai recently uploaded a video of her playing Library of Ruina, and Milky was talking about a Steam review that he read. I was wondering how much you agree with this. There was a Steam review that stated, Library of Ruina is really easy if you can read, and then in parentheses, you can't read. I was curious to get other opinions on that, because that does sound about right from what I've seen of the game, but I've still never played it. True review? Okay, good to know, good to know. It's to know. I do just love the energy of you can't read. It's like, listen, even if you think you can read, there's gonna be something. There's gonna be something. Yeah, I just messed up. I had low power, so I wasn't used to having to lift for that long. It doesn't matter how hard Azure Lane thinks it's pushing the limits, it's never getting anywhere near Brown Dust 2. How is it like every stream I manage to hear like a new gacha game that I've never heard of before? And I will never check out any of them, but I will keep, like, I get to keep hearing about them, and that's funny to me. I like, it's, personally don't care, all the units are like lollies that don't get this attention. Yeah, they don't, wait, they don't do that, right, they don't push the limits with the lollified units, right? They probably do to some degree. Y'all are talking about a game that, no, you're talking about a game that had a community that got weird about it. I think Brown Dust 2 got censored recently. They went too far. Maybe Azure Lane is going harder on the Gunner aspect now. Now they gotta see how far they can go before they get censored. The thing with Verena is that you go into it thinking you have okay reading comprehension, and then you realize you don't. It's me, Bubsy. How you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you, Bubsy. Also, how you doing, Gurpness? This is, yeah, no. See, this is the Bubsy ask menu. I was really wondering about, or I was trying to figure it out. If I had this early in the run, I would have had a better pace. But, you know, that's time saved for next run. Yeah, I'm gonna play Danmaku later today. I don't know when y'all were getting on call, but when y'all do, I will try to join in as well. I don't really got much going on later today. Other than, like, after stream, I was gonna get on call with Dad, but I should, that should be before we get on for Danmaku. We'll always get maid dress level fan service sometimes. Well, I feel like panty shots is still too far though, but I mean, I guess that's no farther than Sonic Adventure did. You ever find that weird? Like, Sonic Adventure just had panty shots in it. I don't know why it did, but it did. Like, no one on the team thought that was a bad idea. They were just like, yeah, it's fine. Put the camera, like, all the way down to show this thing flying above Amy's head. Yep, this is alright. Don't need to worry about that none. Like, we had some good games back then, but also we had some weird fucking shit. And, like, I like playing Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, but, like, why? Why did they do that? I think it is just funny the differences at the time where it's like, if you do that back then, like, nobody really gave a fuck, or if anybody did give a fuck, they would have to go out of their way to write a strongly worded letter to you, so it, like, you're almost never really gonna see it. But then it's like, nowadays, if you do that shit, your game gets, like, canceled on Twitter, because it takes like 2 seconds for people to yell at you. Not even. Shoutouts to Vampire no longer showing you her underwear after you marry her. 10 out of 10 realism. Who is Vampire? Just random character? Not planning until like 5 or 7 p.m. Eastern time. I forget what the time difference is. I'm in Central. Is there... I do not like it when X media forces the sexualization of X character unprompted. Yeah. Depends on the game it's going for, I guess. I prefer it over Black Void panties. I don't know. I'd take Black Void just fine. Doesn't help that Amy's whole gimmick is doing front flips. That too. To be fair, nowadays if your game gets canceled on Twitter, that probably means it's good. Chris is gone woke. I'm sorry, guys. It's just, yeah. Welcome to the woke era of the stream. I got woke. I'm so sorry this has had to happen. It's just, you know, it's just how things have become. No. It's like, where's my capitalist loving degenerate Christopher Man 05? Where is he gone? Ask Bubsy what woke means. Bubsy, what does woke mean? I need to know. Please explain it in as many puns as possible. As many cat-related puns. Wow, I did not kill her fast at all. That was, like, incredibly slow, actually. That was not what I wanted at all. Is the game truly good if it gets canceled on Twitter.com? Maybe. I wanted to be called slurs for being trans and bi. It's like I wanted to live the experience just once. I wanted to be able to tell the crazy stories of being discriminated against in a Twitch chat. Don't we all want that secretly? Okay, I don't know where the fuck this is going anymore. It's now time for Christopher Non-Binary 05. Man. It's my new name. This is the future liberals one for you. The mission to turn Christ into Goonism religion has failed again. Where are we going? Oh. Hey, woke means when your litter box gets replaced by catnip and you have to have a new meowalization about your situation. Thank you, Bubsy. Thank you. I'm so glad I understand now. See, we would have never learned what woke was if it wasn't for Bubsy. This is why the Ask Bubsy option is here. Madden died so that Bubsy could walk or run or climb up walls. I don't fucking know. Whatever Bubsy does nowadays. So Bubsy could hairball around the stage with utmost speeds. Shit. I need a channel point reward to ask Bubsy. That would be good. I don't know how I'd set that up though. I can't necessarily do a Bubsy impression off the top of my head. I would need like a Bubsy bot, but I don't know. Don't know how to set that up. That'd be a good idea though. I just don't know how to implement it. You just DM me. Oh god, that'd be so cursed. Yeah, no, if you're down. Well, because I think that'd be even funnier, because then it's like, because if you're too busy to respond, it's like waiting for the Great Oracle to respond, you know what I mean? you are, let me at him. Yeah, no, like, it's like we ask a question. We ask a question. If you respond, then we get to, then it's really exciting, and we get to read it and be like, oh shit. And then if not, it's like, no, you know, we gotta wait for the Great Oracle to gotta wait for the Great Oracle. It's like, it's not our time yet. Gotta wait for our time. What would be, okay, what would be like, how much would we make it though? Because we need to balance it. It can't be like a flood. It can't be cheap. It's gotta be like, you gotta earn it. But also we don't want it to be like too expensive because otherwise you'll never get redeemed. I'm trying to think of it in like econ wise based upon like, cause like radio player's like 1,000. I guess like to be fair, there's also the economy of like actually having a question to ask. So I guess we could still make it relatively cheap. Oh wait, shit, redeems. Hey you for gore. Yo bub, how does one become a true femboy void? It's like Bubsy fem. We do 12k, slightly more than the song redeem. Oh no, wait. No, 1k is the song redeem. Wait, so someone had to save up 12k points? What's the most expensive thing I have? Do I even have anything that's 10k points? There's duel. Oh yeah, there's duel, there's do not press, and then there's consume the sock. Bro, I'm a tier 3 sub to my own channel. I can't believe it. That's crazy. You have 6k. Okay. We could do that. So it's like you'd have to save past. I guess that could be good then, because you'd have to save past do not press. You'd have to run the risk of getting all the way to do not press and then running past it. Yeah, no, well, because if people spend their because again, people spend their points on song redeems, so I think it would be really rare. 12k might be too rare. I mean, I don't know. We could just, yeah, we could just add it and then see how it goes. I don't know if anyone would be able to get enough points to redeem it. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I think it would be too expensive at 12k for like a single question. Yeah, no, like Nobeka has it. Well, like, what is it? No one hasn't even really redeemed Do Not Press in a while. I think maybe like Ask Bubsy a question should be like 2k. More expensive than a song redeem, but like not like so expensive that you're never gonna get it. Because people do save up to like for like multiple song redeems. You need to save up to make you eat a sock. That is true. I said attempt to eat a sock. I did not say I'd consume the whole sock. Probably just like take a bite. I don't remember. I don't fully remember what the context was, but I do remember the whole eat a sock thing. I just remember from being in Blue Plasma Spark stream one time. I feel bad because I know his name's not Blue Plasma Spark anymore, but I keep forgetting what his new name is because I haven't been in the stream in a while. But what was it? It was just like someone in his chat was just talking about eating a sock. They're making a bet and they're like, if I'm wrong about this, I'll eat a sock. And I was like, you know, that sounds like a good channel point. 4k would be best. We can do 4k. Yeah. Well, again, you gotta think about like, because not too many. I'm not sure how many people actually would want to have. There's two qualifiers to it, right? For one, I'm not sure how many people would actually redeem it, even if it is kind of low. And then two, because like I just don't know how many people would have a question for Bubsy. But two, if it's ever too much, you could also just not respond, and that is perfectly fair. Like, if there's a question you just don't want to answer, or you just don't feel like answering that day, like, it is also perfectly acceptable to just not answer it. That's the risk you run while asking Bubsy for answers. That's the risk you gotta run. But we could settle. I think 4K would probably be a fine place to space it at. I think, yeah. I feel like we'll run 4K. Yeah. I think 4K is just a good, like, first thing to run it at. You need Bubsy Premium for the answer. Should have gotten Bubsy Premium. Sorry, it was just we just keep bringing up Bubsy Premium if it's something you can get, and it's just not a thing. You can never get Bubsy Premium. It just doesn't happen. Something smells off here, B. Hopefully it's not gas. Also, have I seen Misamaru today? I don't think I have. You should love yourself now. You spent 5K to ask Bubsy a question, he just tells you to low tier god yourself for waking him up. Oh, that's good. But doing that would make you no better than Bubsy 3D. Respect yourself and everyone around you. Okay. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm caught up on chat. I may have missed a message or two in there, but I'm mostly caught up on what's happening. I'm mostly caught up on the political climate of Bubsy 3D. Bro, that's something else. Was it Bubsy 3D has like real controls now? That was something else Small Ant Ant Dude covered in his video. He was talking about so there's a Bubsy collection now that houses like every fucking Bubsy game under the sun, like even like the Game Boy ports of like Bubsy games. But then also, they have Bubsy 3D re-released on there, and they added a mode to where you don't have to play your fucking tank controls. And it's like, what the hell? Yeah, I should not have. Or, I don't think trying to leave where I was a bad idea. I just think I went about it in a bad way. Well, we'll see if our final can go a little better. It's good RNG. Nice. Thank you for the good RNG, Sanyo. Keep yourself safe. I'll always keep yourself safe. I'll keep yourself safe, chat. Just for safekeeping. That's what I'll do. Thanks, chat. You're there. Alright, cool. Alright, really knocked that one out of the park. Did a really good red rice section there. We all love how red rice went there. Literally no problems you could have ever had with my red rice movement there. I'll be there for you too. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you. Yeah, is that the Friends theme? I forget what theme song that is. It's so no one told you life was gonna be this way. If I'm being honest, I've never actually watched... I fucked up. I've never actually watched Friends. Never done it. I know it's a classic show, I've never watched it. I was too busy watching anime like an absolute weeb. It's just the reality of the situation. I don't know what else to tell you. Over to here. Over to you. While other kids were watching fucking classic TV shows, I was watching like Avatar. Well, okay. Some people would call Avatar The Last Airbender a classic. Depends on who you talk to. I was watching Avatar The Last Airbender. I was watching fucking Beyblade Metal Fusion. I was weebing it up before I even knew what that term meant. That's just who I was, apparently. Absolute loser. But that's fine, because I prefer being a loser. Damn it! Listen, being a loser is it is fun in its own ways. Not impossible to win this, just not exactly what I wanted. We'll always be here for you. We'll be gooning, but always here. Won't be able to, yeah, you know, or it'll be a little hard to type on the keyboard for some reason. But, you know, just know that we're here in your hearts. I have expected you to clap 4 times and die for the face. That would have been beautiful. Nah, you need the 4 gunshots. I love how, because I think that's just a thing you can find online now. Like, you can just find a YouTube video of like the Friends theme, but with the claps replaced with gunshots. And I'm pretty sure that literally just originated from that one RT stream he did, where he made that the channel alert. I made that the subscriber alert. He was gonna make that the subscriber alert and then do one run with it, and then he just fucking, he like hurt himself by laughing too much at what he had created, so he just couldn't. Ah shit, I ran right into that. That's still past spell 1, we'll take it. Alright, we'll call it a draw. Bruh, unrelated, but recently I've been playing, something I wanted to play for forever, and I decided to play it yesterday, was Pokemon Too Many Types 2. And something cool about Too Many Types 2 is that they actually have custom trainer designs. They came up with their own 2 trainers. I'm pretty sure their names are literally just Ruby and Sapphire. I picked the boy trainer, and I called him Jip, because that's what he looked like to me. And then I was fighting against the girl rival, and her name was Sapphire, and I was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense, actually. I was like, you know, I think I understand it now. But that got me thinking, because I was looking between the boy and the girl trainer. Well, when I was little, that's an embarrassing way to go. Oh, radio player's been redeemed. Is this what I think it is? No, it's not. It's not what I thought it was. Okay. But I was like, nowadays, whenever I'm playing Pokemon, I pick the design that I think looks cooler. When I was little, I was like, I always just picked boy. Oh yeah, also I forgot to update the Sanyo counter. That's one Sanyo. Look at this goof ball. Look at this ball of goof. Why does it sound like Wipeout? Does she look like this? If she had her eyes closed, kinda, yeah. Like if this eye was closed and this eye was closed, it'd basically be the same thing just from a different angle. Speaking of recently played games, you decided to give Cinderella a try. Oh, is that like goth Cinderella game released on Xbox or some shit? Tell me about that Sapphire girl from the ROM hack. No. Her name wasn't Sapphire. Her name was Ruby. The boy is Sapphire. I can probably find what they look. Hold on. Well, Pokemon. Too many types to main character. Okay, well I found this. She looks like this. This is who, yeah. This is Sapphire, and then this is, I would assume, or sorry, no, this is Ruby, and this is Sapphire. I feel like I've spoiled something for myself seeing this, but honestly, I should have just expected it. In any case, this is what she looks like. I picked boy trainer, so I got someone else. Helps that the combat is light. Alright. You may remember that roguelikes can be fun, mainly by making them not carbon copies of each other with different skins. Combat is lightning fast. Can you find it on Steam? What is Cinderella? I'm getting distracted now, but what is... Hold on. What is Cinderella? Maybe a lolly with Hime cut and booming tendencies. Actually, she is completely hyperactive and over the top. So if you wanted booming tendencies, she's got it. Or no, bombing tendencies. She's probably got those too. Cinderia, not Cinderella. That makes sense. Hold on. Cinderia. It's early access. I think you have shown me this game before. The art does look very good. I'm not sure if I'd play it, but like, it does look very good. You guys want to listen to Doremi song? Fuck, let's keep it going for a little bit. Even if it's only just one more song. You'll never guess what the studio who made it is. Was it the same people who made Cult of the Lamb? I forget. The studio should be one I'm familiar with. Or no, didn't they make a Touhou fan game? I'm familiar with them in some way. I do remember you saying that. I heard about this game because a fairy artist plays and uploads the YouTube thumbnails of it. Oh, that's cool. Oh, they made multiple Touhou fan games. Okay. Here, wait, I'm kind of curious. What are some of their other works then? I can probably, if we look at the studio. How do I look at the studio? How do I... Hold on. Developer. Is it the developer or the publisher? Oh yeah, here we go. Monster Touhou Tower Defense. Oh, I actually did see that once. I don't know what the fuck this is. The Disappearing Against Tokyo. Oh, they made that. Oh, interesting. I do actually remember the Disappearing. The fuck? Food Hunting Adventure? What? And they made Yao Guai Hunter. Oh, this is like a Slay the Spire style game. Okay. Interesting. That's pretty cool. What was I talking about though? Oh yeah, no right. So what was it? Because I had the choice between Ruby and Sapphire, right? And if I'm being honest, I kind of like the way Jip looked way more than Ruby. Again, his name's Jip to me now. Don't worry about his actual name. I like the way Jip looked. But that made me think about like what between the Pokemon games that I can actually remember what the main character or what the starting trainers looked like. Which one did I like more, the male or the female trainer? Because I think most of the time it's like the female trainer has the better sprite. But I was trying to think of like whenever I'm playing the generation and I genuinely have to pick between like which one do I think looks cooler. Generally, which one am I picking? And I was thinking about like so Gen 1's between like red and green, right? If I'm being honest, they're kind of both like just like very like simple, straightforward designs. So I'd honestly say that's like 50-50, right? And then Gen 2, I'd honestly say like I don't really like Crystal's design all that much. I'd honestly give a slight edge to Gold. He's like fairly basic. This like the only real thing he has is backwards hat, but I don't know. I'm fine with basic with backwards hat. Crystal's like kind of cool, but I just don't like her as much as like I'd rather pick Gold if I'm like trying to pick a character between the two. And then the radio player's been redeemed. Oh well, perfect timing. It just ended. It literally just ended. And why is there so much? What? Hold on. Oh god, I don't like the face movements. Why did only Clown move? I don't like this. We're getting out of here. I like too much waifu slop. Male is just social construct for me now. Revered only for self-insert main character. Makes sense, yeah. I mean, I can imagine that's probably what it is, because I realize a lot of the male Pokemon designs look very, like, just simple. Like, you can even call them bland, but I just call them simple. And it's like, yeah, that's dude. It does look pretty janky at times. The animations definitely have that indie Chinese game smell to it. When you get to later levels where you can't afford to go below 5 inputs per second, you don't really see how weird they can be. I don't know. I'm fine if it's like a little jank, or if the animations are a little janky if the game's fun. Like, it'd be better if the animations are smooth, but that's not like a make or break deal for me. Yeah, no, but then, what was it? Think about like, you got like May and Brendan. I feel like, and to be fair, this may just be Pokemon anime bias, but I feel like May's a much more iconic design than Brendan is. I think Brendan's fine, but I feel like May is just like, if you're picking a character between the two, it's just like May just feels like so much more like, yeah, you've seen May. And like again, like she's got a good design too. Like it's not even just like you've seen her before. It's like you've seen her for a reason. Like she genuinely just looks. I don't know. I think in my head, if I'm picking between the two, it's like 50-50. All right, I think we're done with Touhou music. Actually, you know what? No, sorry. We have one song. You know what song it is. We're listening to this once, not the whole run. We're stopping after one go. My favorite part so far has been allowing the characters who play style revolves around summoning animals to help her and not being able to see past my screen at a certain point. It's like, I don't need to see shit. Buying that game instantly. It's like, hold on. I don't get to see the screen? Let's fucking go. That's how you know it's a good game. We're restarting that. I'm considering adding, because I love the Yomu, but I'm realizing I could try adding a 7TV mode, literally just called Wide Yomu, and I'll just see how far I can stretch her to Touhou 8 sprite. It's just Yomu wide. It's my favorite shot type, Yomu wide, and it's just like a super stretched out picture of Yomu. All playable characters are cute girls. That does add, yeah. No, that's pretty cool. That's pretty based in Epic, actually. This is a quick call to action. I forgot this is what I made the redeem look like. Are you based, chat? Are you based? All extra points are playable characters. Or no. It's a whoa! Crown's based. We know one person is. What were we talking about again? Oh yeah, not being able to see shit on the screen or whatever. That does sound really funny. If I'm being honest, I'm a little more interested in playing now. I don't know if that's the character I'd play as though. I don't know if I like summons all too much. I'd rather just run up and hit him. I assume the first playable character is just a run up and hit him kind of type of character. You're lost to this world. Escape waifu slop jail while you can. Listen, I'm in a different kind of jail, alright? I'm in the Touhou jail. I'm in the LNBNC jail. Yeah, I said we were doing it once, and we did it once. We're gonna... Let's go back to real sounds. I forgot what I was doing. Always a good sign of things to come. I mean, hey, we're still alive. Rue, the poster girl for the game, is pretty much a run-up-and-hit-them character. Okay, nice. What if I like it in the waifu slot jail? Like, what if I don't want to leave? Have you ever considered that? Oh yeah, no, right. But still, I guess still going on about like Pokemon. Or, yeah. I wanted to finish my thought on Pokemon trainers. So it's like, again, I think between May and Brendan, I feel like May's the better design. It's just like she has a good design, and it's like way more. I feel like it's way more iconic than Brendan's. I don't think Brendan's is bad. I just don't think Brendan's as recognizable as May. And I think it's kind of the same thing in Gen 4 between like Dawn and Platinum. I don't fucking remember the other character's name. If it was between the two of them, right? I think like, I don't know. I feel like Dawn's way more recognizable, but I feel like in my mind it's like 50-50 between which one to choose. I think they're both fine. Again, I think it's just Pokemon anime where it's just like, yeah, I recognize Dawn more. But again, if I'm like having to choose between like which one do I pick, I honestly think it's like it goes either way for me. Then like then you have Gen 5. If I'm being honest, in Pokemon Black and White, I really don't like the trainer design in that. I think the male trainer design is really basic, but I'd still I don't know. I still almost always choose it over the girl design. I'm just not a big fan of the girl design in Black and White. Black and White 2, on the other hand, is the complete opposite way around. I hate the fucking male trainer sprite in Black and White 2. I just don't like it. And I think the girl trainer sprite looks way better. It's like Black and White is like I always pick boy, and then Black and White 2 is like I don't, or like Black and White is like I'd almost always pick boy, and then Black and White 2 is like I'd almost always pick girl, if I'm going off of like which character design I think looks better. And then I think, I don't know, I've never, to be fair, I don't think I've ever played as the girl in X and Y, but I think, again, I think that X and Y girl trainer looks way better. I mean, that's just hands down. Brendan got cursed by being the kid whose hair is graying at 12. Well, that's just his hat, though, no? Maybe it is graying already. That's his legacy. That's a beautiful legacy to have. That's a great legacy to leave behind. He stands out. You know, but I think like X and Y, the male trainer is again just really basic, and then I don't think I've ever played as the girl trainer, but I think from what I remember, she's a lot more stylized than the guy trainer. So I think she has the better design. I think like I get like a lot of like male Pokemon trainer designs kind of have the same problem that they all kind of look the same. Like, I don't know, I look at them and like, yeah, I know which one's from which generation, but it's also like I look at them holistically and I'm like, well, you kind of look the same like as him, who kind of looks the same as him, who kind of looks the same as him. But it's like with the girl trainer designs, it's like they're all over the place. Like you're not really like, it's hard to look at like two like girl Pokemon trainer designs and be like, this is the same person. You know what I mean? But it's pretty easy to do that with the male Pokemon trainer designs. Shouts to X and Y for giving the female character a tiny bit over twice as many clothing options as the male character. I did not know that, actually. I never customized my character in X and Y. I didn't know that was... Oh, that's so funny. I don't care. It's a hat. Kid saw gray hair. Kid me saw gray hair. He's got gray hair. Oh, gotcha. Makes sense. No, I get that. None of them include taking off the fucking hat. Wait, he can't take off his hat? It's glued to his head permanently? I didn't know that. Oh, that's great. The more I learn about X and Y, the funnier I realize X and Y is. I remember X and Y was like the first Pokemon game I ever beat when I was little. Yeah, just straight up. I had never beaten a Pokemon game before X and Y. Or I never legitimately beaten a Pokemon game over X and Y. Because the first one I played was Black and White, and I played it like most kids would, you know? Like, I had my starter, and that was it. Like, I tried catching other Pokemon and training them, but they were so underleveled that I just couldn't get them any experience points, and I didn't have the patience for grinding, or, like, doing optional battles, or, like, reading the dialogue. So, you know, eventually I got all the way up to the Elite Four, and I couldn't win because all I had was, like, a level 60 Emboar that would die after taking out, like, one of the Elite Four members. And I didn't like the idea of... Well, I think I didn't know what revives were at the time, and even if I did, I didn't like the idea of using items only to permanently lose them. Not that I hadn't tried it in gyms in the past, but it was like... It just didn't feel like it was going to fix the solution that my Emboar kept dying. And I didn't think to save scum at the time, because I was like 7, and my brain just hadn't considered the idea of, oh, what if I saved and tried it over and over again? I always tried to take down the Pokemon League, like, just legitimately. Eventually, because I was getting some help from my friends, and eventually one of my friends showed me a fucking cheat device that they had, which we could mess with a setting to turn up EXP gain by, like, times 1,000. So like so we turned that on. I fought like a couple battles, and then suddenly I was rolling into the E4 of my level 100 team. I was like, yeah, I think I feel a little more confident now in my ability to win. I decided to look up the exact amounts of clothing X and Y to give an exact number. The male character has 102 options, and the female character has 205. The fact that there's 102 options of, like, clothing differences is actually insane to me. What the fuck? I remember the gap being a bit larger. Yeah, I mean, that is still over double. But, like, yeah. The fact that it's, like... The fact that you even have 100 clothing options is like, what the fuck? I never even found the clothing store when I was little. Again, I didn't have the patience to check any optional place. I went only to the places I needed to go to. I did not have the patience for that shit when I was younger. Like, well, I'm fine with JRPGs now, but when I was little, I fucking hated RPGs. Which, like, but I never realized it. It was just, like, everything you were supposed to do in an RPG, I just wouldn't do because I didn't like. And I just didn't even realize. I was just like, yeah, I'm just playing the game. But it's like, no, you're gonna end up getting soft-locked like this. Well, not soft-locked, but it's like, you're gonna, like, you know, run into a wall eventually, and you're gonna have to grind. And Kid Me is like, what does that mean? I remember, was it like, you know, trying to play Earthbound back in the day on like my 3DS and shit, because like everyone I talked to was like Earthbound's so good, you gotta play it. And I was like, okay, I'll play it, you know. And then it's like, and then I played it, and it's like I was having some fun, but mostly annoyances. And it was like, so it's like I'd play the game for a while, I'd make some progress, and then I'd eventually stop because I just wasn't having fun. Because I just was not enjoying the whole RPG aspect of the RPG. And then, but then I'd be like, well, then I'd come back later though. Then I'd be like, well, let me give it another shot. Like, I'd come back a couple months later, I'd start the game over, I'd play again, and then I'd get stuck again in like the exact same way. Like maybe I'd make it a little farther, or maybe I'd give up earlier, but I would just, it'd be all the same shit. I'd be like, man, it took me so many years before I beat Earthbound because I just had that loop going on for years until eventually I accepted RPGs. And even then, I had to do some save stating for some battles just to win. Do keep in mind this is counting hats, shirts, jackets, pants, shorts, accessories, and whatever else you may be forgetting. So this is a lot, yeah. 100+ options is pretty normal for all of those. Unlike something in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which has a significantly smaller amount, but they're all sets of clothes. That is true, yeah. I mean, there was like only like 8 designs or something, or like 4 per character. I forget. I have to take the power here, by the way. Honestly, if I like had to design stuff, do you have to like go out of your way to unlock the clothing designs, or is it literally just like the second you gain access to a clothing shop, you have access to all the designs? Because if that's the case, I'm curious if what younger me would have made. I'm so curious to what younger me would have made back then. Like if I told younger me like, hey, this is a clothing shop, you want to go in here and try designing your character? I wonder if, for one, if I even would have said yes, and two, if I did say yes, like what I would make with what I had. I would have had significantly less options. I was playing as a fucking male trainer, but you know. I'm curious what I would have chosen. I used to be, God, it's funny thinking back to it, like early days of me playing Pokemon. I used to be so fucking sexist about it. I specifically did not want girl Pokemon on my team, ever. I remember I had a friend who I had a friend at the time who wanted to trade to get a Gengar, and I was like, oh, I've never had a Gengar before, that'd be so cool. And so we were gonna trade both our Haunters, and then I realized his Haunter was a girl, and I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't. Nah. He didn't even like. Well, I mean, I guess he could have tried catching another one, but it was like. It was just so fun. Like, the trade just never happened. It was just like, nah, you have a girl Haunter, I don't want it. And then that was it. That was the end of that interaction. I could have had a Gengar, and it would have been so cool, and yet I literally just... at the time, for some reason, I just couldn't bear the idea of getting a girl Pokemon on my team intentionally. I'm pretty sure I still used girl Pokemon if I got them. Like, if I was catching a Pokemon in the wild and it was a girl, I'd still use it. And I think, oh, that's a bot. Thank you, Nebeka. And then also, what was it? I had one fossilized Pokemon, like Tyranitar. Not Tyranitar. I forget what it was called, but like, it's like the fossil T-Rex Pokemon you get. If that randomized to a girl, I'd also get it, but I wouldn't be happy about it. I wouldn't be happy about it. It's like I just had that phase. I was like, I don't know why. Pokemon games, at least until Sun and Moon, because the last generation I played. As soon as you got to a boutique store, you could buy all clothes. Oh, that's cool. Reminds me of this kid I knew who was fine of using female Pokemon until it was Valentine's Day. I love the highly specific restrictions. For some reason, on that specific day, he refused to have any interaction with anything even remotely female adjacent. Oh my god. It's just so funny how weird people can get about that shit sometimes. And again, I say this as a perspective of someone who was weird about that shit for no reason. It was like, again, like when I was like 7 and I was playing Pokemon, like Pokemon Black, I didn't care. I don't even think I paid attention to the fact that there even was a gender mechanic. But then in like, yeah, but then I was like 10 or 11 playing X and Y. And then I'm like, man, I don't want girl Pokemon on my team, actually. Their stats are not as good, I think. Their stats are not... It's like, yeah, their stats are worse, probably. Meanwhile, fucking kid me had no idea what the fucking an IV was. Had no idea the hell of EVs and IVs. We were playing hold on. Gold, Silver, and Crystal, their stats were worse. Wait, really? Is that a thing in Gold, Silver, and Crystal? I didn't know that. Wait a minute. Also, hold on, no, you know what? This is gonna take a second, but speaking of fucking IVs, some games let you look at IVs now, and on one hand it's really cool, but on the other hand, I'm burdened with knowledge that and I know everyone goes through this, but like, hold on. I just need to go to desktop, go to fucking, this is important, go to emulators, go to GBA EMU. Give me 1 second on this shit. Don't worry about the... Come on. Oh. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Okay, here we go. This is what Jip looks like, by the way. I'm not like a huge fan of the design, but it's honestly kind of cool. I'm kind of vibing with it the more I'm here. But I got Froakie. I have the Water Frog Ninja, Froakie. And I just need you to look... Okay. So what is it? So, yeah, this is like... It's like buffed attack nature. These are my IVs. My highest IV is like a fucking 18. And my special attack IV is 0. I didn't even know IVs could be 0. I thought it was 1 through 31. I'm so burdened with knowledge and I hate it. My fucking frog has like a 0 and a 1 in both of their attacking stats, and it's a fucking mixed attacker. Like, I have like special, physical, special. And they both suck ass. I'm burdened with knowledge. We were playing... I'm so curious. Yeah, so Gold, Silver, and Crystal, like, female stats are just straight up worse. I do know... I think Street Fighter had something like that. Where it's just, like... The main character of Street Fighter, used to... Like, what was it? Like, design, like, girls to have, like, attacks that did less damage. Because he was just like, yeah, girls don't hit as hard. That was his belief. And it got mixed into the... To be fair, like, biologically, girls do not have like, or was it, do not have, like, as, like, do not get, like, the same muscles guys do. But, like, I mean, you know, it still fucking hurts when you get hit. It still hurts. Yeah, I know, like... But, like, for games that show, like, IVs and shit, I know that most people like, or I know that some people will like literally just re-roll. Well, if you see a nature, I think a nature is another thing. If you know a nature sucks to your Pokemon, some people will just re-roll it. And you could do that. But also, I don't give enough of a fuck. I don't give enough of a fuck. If I wanted to play with like a Froakie that did things, then I could roll for better IVs, and I'd probably be having a much easier time with the game. But fuck it, I can't be bothered. I got my Froakie. I checked its IVs like an hour into playing and realized it sucked, and we're living with it. My Froakie's got like some like horrible disease, and I just gotta live with it. That's my Froakie, goddammit. Well, Grenadier now. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Listen, we're still beating fucking Ruby, and literally, I don't know, I guess like Ruby is just like obsessed with rhythm games or some shit, or just rhythm in general. She's like, we're going up to fucking 160 BPM. Things like gender and shininess are calculated by a funny thing called personality value. And shininess? I thought it was just like, I guess the personality value is if it matches your trainer ID, right? And every game starting from Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and starting from Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. In Gold, Silver, Crystal, these things were determined by a Pokemon's DVs, basically precursors to IVs. I did forget about that. I don't remember what DV stand for, but I have heard about those. To allow them to connect with Ruby, Sapphire, or to Red, Blue, and Yellow. That way, when you trade from Red, Blue, and Yellow to Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you get a Pokemon with gender and a chance to be shiny. Funnily enough, this allows people to do Gen 1 shiny hunts. So it's like, if you know the DVs are correct, you can shiny hunt Gen 1, and then you trade it over to Gen 2, and it'll be shiny. That's really cool. Imagine you're like little, and then you trade... You do a trade between Red, Blue, and Yellow, and then Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and then suddenly it's like, you find out it was shiny. It's like, what the fuck? The problem with this is, of course, gender being determined by stats has some consequences. Mainly the fact that a female Pokemon is completely incapable of having more attack DVs than the male variants. Damn. Okay. And I guess, I forget, I don't know if Pokemon genders were a thing in Gen 1. Were they? I don't think they were. How'd they get 179? Wait, huh? Wait, how did I get... Wait, what? Can someone clip that? Or I can clip it. I can recheck it. That doesn't matter. I don't know how I got 179 there. I thought the max was 178. How did I get an extra power? It's at like 1 hour 44 minutes. I can go back and check that later. I don't know how I got that. I'm becoming a streamer now. I'm trying to tell people to fucking clip shit as if that's their job. I've truly come into my own as a streamer. Yeah, so I guess like, so I assume like, what was it? Female Pokemon like not being able to have as high DVs as male Pokemon was an unintended side effect of this, or are you saying it was intended? From what I can also understand, was it because there's I don't know how this works specifically, but I've heard that was it the different gendered Bastia legions have different stats as well. I know that wouldn't be the same thing. It's probably just like one's probably more tanky and the other one's like more does more damage. But that is something I heard about. Where it's like, oh yeah, was it Basque Legion is like different depending on gender. I do know they have a different sprite depending on gender, because Basculin has a different sprite depending on gender. But I was not aware of different stats. Bro, I would have had 290. What the fuck? Oh, no, I wouldn't have. I would have had... Okay. I would have had 283. Which still would have been pretty good, to be honest. That's because attack DV is the exact stat the game uses to determine a Pokemon's gender. How high it can go before the Pokemon switches from female to male is determined by the chance of the species being from one gender or another. A Pokemon with a 50-50 male-female ratio has 8 attack DVs as the cutoff before they become male. While one with a 75-25, I would have its point at 12. Oh, Pokemon who are 100% male or 100% female bypass this check. Interesting. Gen 1 did not have genders, hence this whack-ass system. Weird. Eight attack DVs is the cutoff. 75-25. That is like the wackest fucking system I've heard in my life. I guess I just couldn't think of anything better at the time, or they just wanted to make it confusing just so it like is like, yeah, you know, who knows how this works. I know like old games have things like that where it's like Punch Out. Punch Out for the NES has so many fucking mechanics and things in it that in the context of playing the game casually, make no fucking sense why they were coded the way they were. Wait, I got 119 from that. What the fuck? Wait, what? I can get 19 from... What? Interesting. Yeah, and then 179 again. Weird, okay. You know, but again, like, just the amount of absurdity. I have 216 power, what the fuck? Why did it lag? Why did it lag? They need to have something that would make Pokemon coming from red, blue, and yellow generate a gender and potential shininess while also allowing seeding Pokemon to red, blue, and yellow without the game exploding, which is very difficult considering Gen 1 is held together by duct tape and dreams. That is true. Yeah, that's fair enough. I remember, was it my dad was asking me recently about, like, yeah, I saw, like, a glitch or whatever to, like, get Mew or something. I don't understand how that works. And I was like, yeah, I can give you a rough explanation. I was like, I saw the person, like, fly away from, like, a trainer or something. And I was like, yeah, you can do that in Gen 1. You can do that. That's a thing. I love, again, to gush more about fucking Celia's stupid ROM hack, I love how much it rewards you for just knowing, like, random glitches and trivia from Gen 1. I think the solution to one of the puzzles in Lavender Tower is straight up, like, they throw a Marowak at you, or, like, they throw, the Ghost Marowak at you, and then you'd use a Pokédoll to win the battle. I don't know if there's like another way you could have won theoretically, but that's how I won. Like, I encountered Ghost Marowak, and I was like, well, the game's been giving me a lot of Pokédolls. Let me see if I can just get the glitch to trigger. And I used it, and then the Marowak left me alone. I was like, perfect. Perfect. And then they also have, what was it? They have fishing inside the gyms. To be fair, fishing inside the gyms is not a glitch. It's just a really funny consequence of how they decided to make those trainer statues work for some reason. Well, like, they just decided to make them water tiles, which I don't know why they decided to make them water tiles. They already had functioning walls, but it's also why Gens 1 2 can't connect to Gen 3 at all, since that was the gen that came up with the personality value to allow Pokemon to be a certain gender and shiny without their stats being ass. Okay. Oh, do shiny Pokemon just have ass stats then? There's also patched the shiny gene present in Gen 2. The shiny gene? Oh, is it like, if you have a Pokemon that's shiny, and then you breed it with another Pokemon, it will just always be shiny? Is that what that is? I know Gen 2 in its own way is also held together by duct tape and dreams. Not as much as Gen 1, but certainly in some ways. But the game lets you catch Celebi, so like it's cool. Bro, I was so happy when they ported Crystal over to the 3DS, and then I got to catch Celebi. I was so fucking excited. That was the first time I'd ever had a Celebi on my team. They just let you get that shit. I got a Celebi and a Suicune. I was like, this is the best game. I've done it again! Shiny Pokemon Gen 2 needed to have very specific values TVs to, you know, be shiny. Which made them not very good for fighting other players since they'd pretty much always have better stats. Makes sense. Yeah, so they just were looking for a specific DV. Because of that, they would be ass compared to the other Pokemon around them, because the other Pokemon didn't need to worry about being shiny, they just needed to worry about having good stats. Imagine being a competitive Pokemon player in fucking Gen 2 and trying to figure out how the hell any of this worked. That's all I can imagine. Imagine you're trying to figure out how to be like the Pokemon Master generation fucking 1 or 2 before any of this shit was documented, and you're just like, what the hell is any of this? It's so funny because EVs and IVs on paper are like, what the fuck are you talking about if you've never heard them explained before, but they're honestly not that complicated when you grasp them. And I assume it's kind of the same for DVs, but it's also again, we've had years now to document EVs and IVs and explain them in very digestible ways. But, if you're just, experiencing all this shit for the first time, it's just what is this? What is any of this? It's when I was playing Pokemon as well, I didn't know about any of this shit. I think EVs were the hard one for me to understand. I still kind of understood, it wasn't that hard to understand, okay, IVs are, your Pokemon just sometimes has better base stats. Even if I didn't understand exactly how it worked, I was still okay, sometimes when you get a Pokemon, they have good stats, and then sometimes when you get them, they have bad stats, or they have, okay stats. You get a shiny Ditto, you can almost get the entire shiny dex with little to no effort. Really? Pretty much, you put a shiny Pokemon in daycare, and the resulting egg has a high chance to inherit its DVs, therefore making it shiny. At a 1 in 128 chance to get you a shiny Pokemon through the daycare. Okay. You know, it is weird to me Ditto's a Gen 1 Pokemon. That's such like a, just a... It's just like a fascinating choice as like a Pokemon, as like an original like 151 Pokemon. It's like, yeah, here's just a Pokemon that just fucking transforms into like anything on this list. Can imagine that was also a nightmare to try coding. We did it! We capped Michael's first spell! That's incredible! I can't even believe such a thing has happened. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, we're just gonna just give me the free power. I don't care. Nice. Easy video game. 3, 2, 1, 0. Nice. With the correct knowledge, you could get gene edit. You could fucking gene edit a Gen 1 Ditto to be shiny? Wait, you could what is gene editing? No external tools, just using Gen 1 spaghetti code. I guess, like, what is it? You could do something in the game to guarantee you encounter a very highly specific Ditto. And a Gen 2 copy. Yeah, well, like, you catch it in Gen 1, I assume, and then you just transfer it over to Gen 2, and then suddenly you have a shiny Ditto that just wreck shop for you. Or not wreck shop, but I mean like you know, it just gives you a much better chance of encountering a shiny Pokemon. To be fair, like 1 in 150 odds still, like, that takes a while. It's not as bad as like actual shinies though. Not as bad as actual shiny hunting. Encounter a random Ditto, then edit its stats during the fight. What the fuck? Like, not... it's gotta abuse transform in some way, right? Does it require that you all would already have a Pokemon of the correct DVs to be shiny? Or is it just like, you just do it? Yeah, Gen 2 has a free shiny Gyarados. I assume because they just made it always like have the same DVs, so it's like guaranteed shiny. I don't remember the exact process, so some of what I say might be wrong, but the process is pretty much what I'm going to explain. Okay. Not full technical explanation, but it's close enough. No restreaming is necessary. It is super nice to have music cues for that, to know, like, yeah, I'm done with restreaming. As it turns out, sound cues in this game can be pretty nice, depending on the situation. Hold, I must kill the fairies. I must kill them. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You can catch that Gyarados, transfer it to Gen 1, go to a girl that can teach Mimic to one of your Pokemon, put that on Gyarados, and encounter a Ditto. So I forgot Mimic is a Gen 1 move. So you Mimic transform? So your Gyarados transforms into a Ditto? Why can Gyarados like fucking Mimic? How do I transform Gyarados? Use Mimic to transform your Gyarados into a transformed Ditto. Then have the transformed Ditto use Mimic to transform your transformed Gyarados. This transformception will cause the Wild Ditto's genes to be edited to match those of your shiny Gyarados, hence forcing a shiny gene onto it. Catch the double transformed Ditto, send it to Gen 2, boom, shiny Ditto. That is absolutely hilarious. I'm so glad you can do that. That's so funny. I moved a little too much. I was honestly kind of onto the right idea. I just did it a little wrong. Did a little bit wrong. I also had the wrong dodging idea there. I thought the left was going to be my safe spot, but that got closed off in a way I wasn't expecting it to. I had to go right. Yeah, I had to do that. Was what I had to do. I think I'm just going on to practice. I'm not feeling this run. You love Gen 1 spaghetti code. 'Tis very beautiful. Okay, Sanyo did not go well today. We're practicing Sanyo. We're practicing Sanyo and we're practicing some stuff in... We're practicing Sanyo and we're practicing some stuff from stage 4. I think stage 3 and 4 really were not going well today. If I'm being honest, I was kind of struggling stage 1 late in the session too, but 3 and 4 is the main thing I want to practice. I really don't think I need to practice 1 and 2 all that much. Unless I have a stream where it's like I'm really struggling, I don't know. Oh no, right, I can die. I can die once. This is 1 miss Sanyo practice. This is not no miss Sanyo practice. Yeah. Always remember, this is not no miss. And I do just love, Alfred's video that he like decided to do a Nuzlocke on Generation 1 while also showing off as many glitches as possible. And I do just, I loved that video, to be honest. Well, like, I don't know. Obviously, glitches are not, like, a great thing to have them in games, but it's like, I do like them to a degree. I think some of the most fun I've had in certain games is literally just playing and trying out, like, cool, fun glitches that I see people online doing. It's like, yeah, like, technically, yes, a game would be better if it didn't have, you know, any noteworthy glitches or things you can do to break it, but it's like, in some ways it is fun to just, like, to break the game in a way that the developer did not intend. You know what I mean? I think there's a line, though. There's definitely a line to it. You eventually cross a line and get to a point where it's like the game's just glitches and it's no longer fun in its intended way. The best case scenario is when the game is fun in its intended way, and then also there are glitches you can use to play it in a way that is not intended. That's like best case scenario right there. And I think Gen 1 more or less falls into that category. I'd say Gen 1 falls into that category. Gen 1 has a lot of jank to it, don't get me wrong. And in some ways that jank, like, overpowers, like, the main game. But, like, even if you were playing it, like, without, like looking for glitches or without trying to perform glitches, like, you'll still have, like, just a fun experience just playing for the game. To be fair, I think there are just some glitches just built in to Gen 1. I'm pretty sure it is literally impossible to play for Gen 1 without having at least a glitch happen. Because I think there are some glitches in Gen 1 that are just like so... I don't even know. I didn't think that was going to hit me. There are some glitches in Gen 1 that are just like so built into the game that it's just like... What is up with my... Whatever. It's like sometimes I look at my hitbox placement on Yomu, and I'm like, man, that feels a little too far to the left. And then sometimes I look at it and I'm like, no, that looks perfectly centered. And I'm wondering whether something's happening in the game to make that be the case. Maybe I fucked up in some way when making her movement sprites. Maybe it's like making her off-centered. I have no clue. In any case, Gen 1 is still like a fun and enjoyable experience, even if you're not like trying to break it. But if you do want to break it, you can actually break it in some really fun ways that still feel like you're playing the game. Again, if you want Mew on your team, like before even fighting the second gym, you can get Mew on your team. Like, that's really fun. I like that. Ah, god damn it. Just got a real quick glitch. Channel called Lowest% ran multiple speedruns back when they remembered they even had a shared channel. made a video explaining what it would take to do a full glitchless playthrough of Ruby. Wait, is Ruby the same thing? Where it's like if you want to play for Pokemon... Oh, wait, no. No, red, blue, yellow. Nope, I understand what you're saying. Again, I'm fairly certain it's like almost impossible or just straight up impossible to not have a glitchless playthrough of red, blue, and yellow, right? I think. I mean, it's either that or it's almost impossible. Or it's like, if you're playing for red, blue, and yellow casually, you will experience a glitch. But you can potentially avoid them if you, again, like, if you go out of your way to just not do specific things. Because some glitches are just straight up, like, just hard-coded into the game. Like, it's like it was not intended, but it's like you do a seemingly normal action and then suddenly there's a glitch. Because the game does not account for certain things happening. Okay, it is 100% possible to do. I forget why, but... Oh, wait a minute. I saw Nidorino. Nidorino cry. Oh, is it that whenever Oak throws out the Nidorino, it's the wrong cry? Wasn't that a thing? And that's a glitch? So you literally fail on the intro of the game? Damn it. Hold on. Because when Professor Oak shows you a Nidorino, it plays the cry of a Nidorina. Nidorino. Whatever. It's one or the other. Yeah, because it's not intended to do that. The fact that it's showing one Pokemon and then playing the cry for another is 100% a glitch. Yeah, my Sanyo gameplay is not there today. My Sanyo gameplay has left the building. Also, I have... Hold on. I have another Yomu song that I remembered recently. It's not Brain Rot. It's pretty good, actually, and I just forgot about it. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube real quick, because I kind of want someone to listen to. Bro, sometimes I know, like, okay, sometimes people like to draw Reimu with, like, her, like, midriff exposed or whatever, because it just, like, looks cooler that way, I guess. But, like, this is, like, so far up. This is, like, so far up. That shirt is not functioning at the moment. Or it's barely functioning. Okay. What was I gonna look up? Hold on. How do you spell Butohim? Buo? What the fuck is their name spelled? Hold on. I should have them on Spotify, because there's a song on Spotify that I played, like, relatively recently. Buta Otome Touhou, and then Yomu. Song. I don't know the name of the song. I don't think that's it. That's not it. Yeah, they have a weird-ass name. Even if you're not count that as a glitch, good luck getting the entire playthrough with the 100% accuracy Mitch glitch. Oh god, you're right. Well, this is not the one I was thinking of, but this is Yomu. I'll probably just pull up Spotify, fuck it. I don't know why I'm adverse to pulling up Spotify. And I don't know why this... There we go. Yeah, after the song, we'll pull up Spotify. This is a pretty fun song. You know, I know. Oh my god, come on. She had like not even a pixel of health left. I don't know. There are a lot of games where it's like they're really fun games, but god, where they just like they're made in an era where it's just like getting a game to work was a fucking miracle, and even if it did work, it's like it's just barely. Like, some of your favorite games you play from those eras are just, like, they just don't work. Like, Final Fantasy VII is another great example of just, like, a JRPG where it's just, like, it's held together just barely. I'm not sure how accurate this conversation is, but someone was having a video where they're talking about, like, the development of, like, Final Fantasy VII. Oh, they're talking about all the glitches in Final Fantasy VII, and the intro was them, like recreating, like, a board meeting or whatever. Where they were just like, it was just like, all right, gentlemen, we have a working version of Final Fantasy VII, and then someone's like, it's like, oh, it's great, all right, yeah, well, you know, once we go through and, you know, iron out all the bugs, then we'll have a really game on our hands. And he was like, no, don't do it. It's like, gentlemen, you're looking at the complete version of Final Fantasy VII. It's like, if we touch this game, it might explode. It's like, if we try changing anything, if we try fixing anything about this game, it may never work again. Ooh. I do like the laws. Very, very fun laws. Enlightenment. The way she says that is so funny to me. Enlightenment. Sounds like she's doing like the poke rap. What is Fuling Cat Mark? What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, God. I'll listen to whatever the fuck this is. Alright, that's 2 wins against good old Sanyers. One more win, and we can move on to stage 4 practice or whatever. I probably won't have time to practice everything I want to practice today, but that's fine. I'll practice what I can. Perfect. This definitely sounds like a song I'd play in Osu. This is very much so like someone hears this and they're like, I want to make a beat map on this song. It's not necessarily the song I would make a beat map on, but... Well, I don't make beat maps, but I'm saying like... It's like... There's a lot of songs that get made into beat maps where it's just like, I can see why someone really likes this. I'm like kind of whatever on it. But like I have kind of like oddball chasing music because I just kind of listen to whatever. Bro, I was like, well, something I realized recently, because again, I grew up with 2 older sisters, so literally, like, growing up, I grew up with 2 older sisters, and then for a while, it was like, my mom's sister was living at her house as well. So I just ended up hearing, like, you know, like, for around the ages of, like, 6 to 8, I just heard so many, like, you know, like, teen to, like, tween, like, girl, like, pop rock songs or whatever. And I was like, yeah, this is definitely... I was like, oh yeah, no, this is a lot of, like... I don't know. It's not like I'm, like, a giant fan of the genre, but it's like, it kind of just opened me up to being, like, alright for anything. You know what I mean? Like, I just listened to music and I enjoyed. Like, I didn't really care. And I've just kind of stuck with that for most of my life. There are some songs I have not liked, obviously. But that experience did just make me be like, yeah, I just listen to music. There's a song playing, I listen to it. And I'm like, yeah, it's a song. It's fun. Again, some songs are definitely less fun than others, but I generally enjoy a lot of music. Sometimes you just gotta accept the TO on that. I think that's like the biggest difference. That's like one of the biggest things I've learned to accept over the course of just playing this run. It's just like, I'm fine with the TO. I will try to minimize it if I can, but like sometimes the TO just happens and you just gotta live with that. Sometimes you gotta live that TO life. I guess it is also something else kind of nice about Senai, though. Unless you're at low power, you're not really TOing anything. Because even if the boss is running away from you, you're always getting in damage. We're going to listen to... I want to pull up the thing. Here, let's go to Spotify. I'll just... We'll just do the rest of this one in silence. This is fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Again, Buta Otome is a weird ass name. I don't know what the fuck it means, but it just does not roll off the tongue very easily. Alright, cool. That is all of the Sanyos that I wanted. Every single Sanyo I ever could have wanted. Wow, that's so quiet. Hold on, we're gonna restart from the... Here we go. Alright. Let's get it. Well, no, stage portion first. Again, we're gonna practice the 3 things we always practice. It's gonna be this, into Jimbo, into Blu-rays. That does not matter what my lives are. And if I have a little bit of time afterwards, then I'll also practice the Misa Mario. If I have time. We'll see if I do. I mean, it's kind of frustrating because it's like, again, the only thing I really got going on later today, aside from wanting to get on Call of Duty for a little bit, is playing like a card game of some friends later. But it's like, man, like right now, what I want to do is I want to fucking study for the exam I got coming up. But literally, I'm just waiting for like a book to come in that'll help me study for that. And like until I have that book, I can't really do anything. And it's just it's annoying. Because I just want to study and get that exam over with, like, so badly. I don't even know if I'll pass it, right? But, like, I want to know if I have the ability to pass it right now. That's all I want to know. Like, I just want to test myself, and it's like, I can't. I just have to sit here and just, like, just in this, like, feeling of just, like, restlessness of just, like, God, I just want to do it. Also, I do love this song. This song's a very good mix of Young Stream. Definitely lucked out on one of that reading. Oh yeah, right, I could have fought Jimbo. Whatever. It's one cap. Yeah, that is something I'm realizing about Yellow Rice, is that your reading on Yellow Rice can always be better. Like, I'm starting to realize this. It's like my reading on Yellow Rice is bad. And it's like, it's a hard pattern, yeah, but like, I'm starting to like... Sometimes I can see the lines. Sometimes I can't. Yellow Rice just has so much room for improvement. See, like there, I got hit like a little earlier than I should have. Because your reading needs to be spot on, but your gameplay also needs to be spot on. Doesn't matter if like you're reading it right, if your hands aren't ready for it. Right now it's my reading that's not. But I got very lucky. I got very lucky there, actually. Ah, shit. Embarrassing part of the pattern to get hit by. Yeah. Very good song, though. I love that song. I kind of just want to keep it going, to be real. I wish I could say what the name of that song is, but it's literally in Japanese. I don't know how to read it. I could Google Translate it, I guess. Actually, I might want to do that just so I can link it later. I already closed it. Well, listen to this. Apparently, I pulled this up at one point. Look at these two. Look at these two goofballs here. They're just there having a great time. And you know what? They're having a great time, then I'm having a great time. I do love Satori's theme so much. Satori's theme is just so fucking good. Yeah, my reading was not spot on there. Honestly, it wasn't that bad of a pattern. It was just my reading was not what I needed it to be. My reading was almost what I needed it to be there. It's almost. Not quite. I saw, before I looked away, I checked Twitter, which is never a good sign. A terrible mistake, I know. Saw that someone made a robotic Satori High. Oh no, yeah, I saw that on a YouTube upload, actually. Yeah, I know someone did that in the past. I guess they made another one. Or maybe it's a different person who made one. It looks real, like, well, I didn't see the video, but like, it, again, just that idea to me is so fucking cool. Like, people can just make such impressive things. Ah, shit. I didn't read that right. If I had gotten around that one, though, that honestly would have been a fine Jimbo. Or, like, I would have been able to live there. I do love when I just manage to randomly, like, live the earlier part of the pattern in a way that I just shouldn't. Yeah, I just got scared there. Sadly, you didn't save the tweet and you kind of can't search it up because one, it's in Japanese, and two, it's kind of hard to look for something that's on a feed over of almost 300 artists. That's fair. I mean, like, I'm sure I can literally just... I like, again, it's all, I found it on my YouTube recommendeds. I'm sure I can just go to YouTube and look up fucking... hold on. Mechanical Satori Jesus. Okay, well, that's some really good art. This wasn't what I was looking for, but... Really? I'm not finding it. I know I saw it in my recommendeds. Maybe a robotic. I'm seeing a prototype of it, but they made a full version, didn't they? Hold on, maybe I go to this person's YouTube channel. Maybe they're the full one. Okay, yeah, I think it's this one. I think it's this one. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. I love how they go past all their Fumos. It's like, what is this? Look at that shit. Oh shit, it really moves. Oh yeah, that is Koishi's eye. Maybe you saw this one? I think the one I just showed though was the one I found. So I'm pretty sure that was the one I ended up, or I saw in my recommendeds. I do remember a Satori Eye one, like, a while ago. So I guess he made a second one. Or someone else made a second one. There was a Satori Eye, and now we have a Koishi Eye. And nah, I saw the gap there afterwards. Again, I really gotta work on my reading for Jimbo. My Jimbo's always lacking, I feel. My Jimbo is always lacking just a little bit. It's just so brutal when they just go there and I'm not ready for it. Like, I'm looking at the yin-yang orbs, or I'm looking at the Mentos right in front of me that hasn't moved yet, and then I get, like, blindsided by ones that just, like, are rushing from an earlier point in the pattern. And then, yeah, I just moved too much there because I got afraid by the one that was moving, and not the one that wasn't moving. I just didn't need to move left there. I thought I needed to move left. I just didn't. It wasn't going to hit me from that angle. It just was not going to hit me. See, yeah, there we go. That's the kind of recognition I need if I want to actually dodge that shit. That is not the recognition I need. Yeah, I guess dodging Jimbo and Blue Rays might be the last thing I do. I don't even have one Jimbo cap yet. I don't think I've capped Jimbo a single time today. Try to link your Twitter feed to see if you find it, but it's all Uma Musume, Project Moon, the occasional Touhou artist. That hasn't quite yet. Quite yet what? I'm gonna assume you accidentally hit enter a little too early. That happens sometimes when I'm typing. I'll like misclick enter sometimes. It was so funny because one time I was responding to a friend. They were like asking where I were. They're like, oh hey dude, you're about to get on? Cause like we had agreed to do something at a certain time. And I was like trying to rush to reply to them. And then I noticed that I misclicked enter, and then I noticed that I had caps lock on, and I was like, no wait, I was like, ah shit, that looks really weird. They seem to find it funny at the very least, so I think it worked out fine. It's just like, well, because sometimes when I was playing Touhou, and when I play Touhou, sometimes I actually hit caps lock about meaning to. Oh, that hasn't quit yet. I see. Why did I read that as quite? I don't know why my brain does that. My brain will autocorrect sentences, like, just innately. It's like, did you mean quite? It's like, no, I meant quit. You know, the word that I spelled. It's like, I see quite. It's like, no. I do love, it's just like, I don't know, to me, like, I just do that so often where I just, like, I'll misread something, and then they'll send me down an entire rabbit hole of conversation, and then I realize that I led myself down that rabbit hole of conversation because I misread something, and I look back up at chat, and it's just like, yeah, no, that wasn't what I said at all, and I'm like, oh, you're right. You're right, actually. I don't know how many times I've done that now, but whenever I start going off on something, now I'm like, now I'm just like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, did I read it right though? Ironically, this was not one of those times where I second guessed myself midway through. I was so fucking sure that before I read your message correcting me, I was so sure that I had read quite and not quit. I was like just so confident in that. I was more confident in that than I've been in my entire life. It's qualm. Look, the artists I followed because they drew Lily White. I wonder if they're still active. And that's Big Titty Lily White porn. Honest reaction to my own Twitter feed. It happens to everyone eventually, man. You gotta get that money somehow. That happens a lot. I'm gonna assume the following artist thing. Also, welcome back, Crown. Hopefully that weird smell is no longer an issue. Or hopefully it wasn't a gas leak or anything. Whenever I hear a mysterious, weird smell, I always get paranoid it's a gas leak. Alright, cool. That is free Jimbo caps. Now I need to try to get free blue rice caps before I can die happy. Before I can Korra die happy. Well, that's one blue rice cap. We're getting there. Oh, you never found out. Oh, shit. Well, hopefully it's fine. This is Touhou multiplayer would be absolutely insanity, actually. But, like, I feel like you could make both players deal normal damage, though, and it'd be fine. I feel like you could make both players deal normal damage. You went to take a shower? Ah, I see. Now I'm realizing that there also aren't nearly as many Touhou artists quitting as I initially thought. They just stopped posting on Pixiv. Pixiv is a bad site. They're finding years worth of art on Twitter that they apparently just didn't feel like posting to Pixiv. I'm curious. I guess as Pixiv just doesn't, or as Pixiv just doesn't have as like, I don't know. Pixiv's just not doing what they needed to do, I guess. I don't know. It's my best guess. It's like they quit from Pixiv. They didn't quit from art. Very big difference from when you quit from art and when you quit from Pixiv, I guess. I know this is definitely just because I don't keep up with art sites, because I'm not, I just don't keep up with these kinds of things. But I literally never even heard of Pixiv, like, until, like, being in the Touhou community for, like, a couple of years. Yeah, I don't know why Twitter specifically. Oh, look, Ayaporn. Is this how we get Alice back? It's like, listen, Alice, I know you're busy and are doing shit in your life, but also, look, Aya Shimemaru, we found her. It's like, quickly. Ah, shit. I'm not gonna count that as a blue rice cap because technically I died to the Mentos associated with blue rice. I want one more blue rice cap that doesn't die to Mentos. The Mentos is just as a part of blue rice as the blue rice is a part of blue rice. Now this is officially a blue rice cap. If it died to like the pink rice once the Mentos was gone, then that was a separate issue. I would have been sad about it, but it would have been a separate issue. I do just love these, I don't know, just like more chill, like piano melodies. There's just something so nice about them. Like, okay, I guess it's a little funky, but listen, it started with chill. I need to eat blue rice and Mentos on stream. Do I just dye rice blue? How do I... Is that gonna be the new channel point reward? Instead of eating a sock, I eat every single, like, food bullet pattern joke I've ever made. I eat blue rice, I eat Skittles, I eat grapes. Trying to think of other ones. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking of how wide I was. Well, so what I did, I can give an explanation for this, because I'm the one who modded this in, right? When I was making Yomu edits, I tried to size this using the same size that, like, Reimu had. The face will be a little weird, but whatever. So basically, no, hold on. Oh, also, you're not seeing what I'm looking at. Or you're not seeing what I'm showing you because I'm not on the right thing. Hold on. Go to Touhou, go to TH Crap, repost, TH Prac, link in, 18, player, no, face. Go to face. Okay. So this is what I use as a default. I essentially tried to fit it within this border, because Reimu fit within this border for her sprite. But that made it a little too wide. And I just didn't really think about it until after I had already sized all of these faces to match, which took me fucking hours trying to size these correctly. If you look at them, you'll see they're still a little... You'll see they're still a little off, but... No, yeah, Yomu's... No, this is Reimu. This is supposed to be Reimu. This is Yomu's models from Touhou 8. If you look at her facial expressions, you'll see that there's like small pixels and shit where they don't align properly with the body, because the body and the face are two separate images that I had to try overlapping by closing and opening the game over and over and over again and moving the images like fucking pixels by pixels. Because I thought it'd be funnier if I used Touhou 8 sprites. It would have been way easier if I had used 17, absolutely, but I thought it'd be funnier if I did it with Touhou 8, so I went with Touhou 8. I think it turned out okay. It's passable, you know? Can you see why we say submit this to TRS and see how long they take to notice? I'm sure they know that fucking Yomu isn't a playable character if I submitted it to TRS. Also, I've been playing this like on the TRS server occasionally. They already know the cursedness that is wide Yomu. They already know. Yeah, but again, yeah, like that. See, it's like Marissa, then it's Yomu. Well, Crown modified this for me originally. So this used to be Marissa here and then Marissa here. It used to be like Marissa. Now it's Yomu Marissa, when it's supposed to be Reimu Marissa. If I'm being honest, I don't know the full setup. Crown knows this better than I do. All I know is that, so Crown made a mod and had me, because I have the Touhou 18 folder in fucking, like, because it's like TH crap, then it's repost, then it's TH prac, then it's Lang In, and then here's the 18 folder, right? Then, I don't know how this works, but basically, when Crown modified the game, there was the face, the player, and the title. I added this backup thing, because this is... But basically, Crown got access to the sprite sheet, and then literally overwrote... Like, these are supposed to be Reimu's sprites here, but instead they were overlapped with Marissa's. So what I did was I made a copy of this, and then I changed it to be Yomu from Touhou 8, which I went to a site called the Spriters Resource to get these sprites, and then I had to manually, like, do all that shit. Yeah. Again, you do have to title it specifically, but yeah, again, so you have player, and then again, these are, yeah, again, there's all the shit for Reimu's folder. I can send, which image do you want me to send you specifically? Is it the Marissa one, or like, is it the Yomu one? Both? Alright, I can do that. Yeah, but again, and then, yeah, title is literally like, yeah, this is the title file, so I replaced Reimu's. I don't exactly know how this process works, but as long as you, like, I just already had a baseline to work with, so as long as I did everything correctly, it should be fine. All right, well, I will send, yeah, I will send you both of the Yomu and Marissa sprite sheets after stream, because I'm going to end right now. All right, thank you so much for watching the stream. I hope you have a good rest of your time. Goodbye.